Good afternoon, traders who are using Tradingview. This is going to be a quick little tutorial on drawing objects, on how to add them, name them, sync, and dealing with templates, and then the best part, which is going to be layer capabilities that are similar to your drawing programs like AutoCAD. Starting out with the drawing, if you look here, you can put a star, and that's going to add it to your special bar down here. Now your bar might be up here. I moved mine down because I had enough going on up here that I didn't want to have it up there. Now I've got a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 1 hour, and a daily chart. We'll start off with a simple thing like adding a line. So if you look on this line, I've added it to the 5 minute. It should be in this area, but you don't see it. That's because it's on no sync. Anything that you add in drawing is going to be started at no sync. Now if you go sync in layout, you see it popped up here. So that means it's going to sync only within this layout that's over here, not on another chart. So I've got another chart over here. You'd have to save it, and I can save right there. You'll see it's still not here. Now, go down here, sync globally. We'll hit save. Go back to the single chart, and you've got it over here. And this syncs back and forth, but the only way that you can get it to go to the other chart is by saving up here. So let's change this real quick. And we got test. And you can see it's not there. Hit save, and it's back over here. So it kind of gives you an idea what's going on there. And you'll also notice it's only on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. It's not over here on the 1 hour. Why is that? Well, the way mine is set up right now, it's only showing on visibility up to 59 minutes. I want it to show up over here. Click on the hourly. Want it to show up there, click on the daily. So that's how that works. Now that we have it synced globally, what you want to do is we want to clone. So it created a new one up here. It's also synced globally, and you also see it's over here on the hourly. Hit the save, come back over here, got it on both. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and show how to change it with the templates. So I've got a position Asia high. We're going to go Pacific Asia low, and it goes across. Now, one thing, I've got this as green. I really want this as yellow. I can go in here and change that. Go here, hit OK, and we're done. But unfortunately, if I add another label and change that to high, back to green. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and click in again. We're going to go down to template on that yellow one, save as, Pacific Asia, hit save, yes, close it out. Now let's change this one back to template high. There you go. Let's go ahead and go right here, and we're going to go to changing templates. So unfortunately, Tradingview doesn't have a way to reorganize these things. So if you sit there and try to drag it down, it's not going to drag. It goes in alphanumeric order. So what I did was I went ahead and put a 1 in front of it, so I can kind of keep everything organized. But now all of a sudden, let's say I want to move this down to number 5. So how I would do that is I go ahead and hit save as, click on this, change this to a 5, hit save, and now we've got our template down here. And you can just go ahead and delete it if you wanted to move it. Now I don't want to, so I'm going to go ahead and hit delete on that one and remove it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to object tree and data window. And if you click in here, you'll notice that all the objects are in here, along with what you have up in this area. So if you click on this, you'll see it highlights right here. See the little blue line? So it's telling you which one's which. Now what's really cool about this is you can combine, or actually you can close here. I'm going to go off that first. You can turn them off. Now, turning them all off is kind of a pain on this, right? So here's what we can do. I want to combine these two into one group, a layer. And I click there, and look at that. We've got a layer. So now, see how it's going in there? Now right here you see this little globe. You see the globe, and this one you don't have a globe. That's because this one, as I added it, is still no sync. It can't be added to the layer. Or at least it won't be able to be added to the layer when you try to combine everything. So it would be the one thing that wouldn't. But there's a neat little trick here. Drag it down in there. Look what happened. It went global. So if I go ahead and click, look at that. Sync globally. So if you've got a bunch of items you need to go ahead and sync, you can sync globally, you just drag it in there. And I can still drag it right back out. But the nice part is, it turns everything on and off. It's nice and clean. And I've got things down here. It's like all the stuff that you have from previous, maybe it's months, years back. All these things are going to show up in here and you can click on them. So I've got a fib that's way down here. I can turn it off, or actually just get rid of it. Same thing with that red line. I don't need it anymore. Get rid of it. If you want to get rid of all of these lines, we can just click X up here on the group and get rid of it. Now, what's cool about the group is you can rename it. So now you can go ahead and create other groups. So if I want to go ahead and add more items, I can put in more groups and I can have each one individual. So the other thing we can do here is we can rename even the line. And call it whatever you want. So where this comes in handy is when you get to a chart where you have this much stuff going on. It gets very busy and I've got all kinds of things going. So if you go over here, you can turn certain things off, but I go over here to my layers and you'll see that I've got it closed and I've got everything labeled up. I can have everything open, and let's say I want to turn off one. Maybe I want to turn off all these lines. And you clean up your chart instantly. So what's cool, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. Let's say during the day I'm watching this thing and it goes up and it takes out this line. Well, I click on that line, come over here, highlight, I just go ahead and turn it off. It hits this next one. Turn it off. And the next day, when I go to start putting all these lines back in, I can come up here and turn every one of them back on and move them around where I need them. So this makes it very convenient for not having to redo all your lines and everything set up globally so it'll go between your different charts. Now, here's another cool thing that you can do. So obviously this is only on in queue right now. Well, I've got the YM over here. What if I want to go ahead and do it over here on the YM? Let's close it out and hit Shift, grabbing all of these. I'm going to go ahead and hit copy and hit paste. And every one of those lines shows up, and you notice they're all global as well. Now the other thing I can do is I go ahead and hit my drawing group, and everything's put into the group just like it was on the other one. So I can copy this over to all the different symbols that I want and then just start moving around. And put them where I need it. So hopefully this helps you. It's going to be helping me quite a bit for cleaning up my charts and be able to just quickly go get rid of them. I don't want to see anything. I want to be able to just kind of organize the way I want to organize. So hope it helps.